sits in an abandoned $15 million mega mansion that was once owned by the famous singer Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers was a country music legend. The singer-songwriter's career spanned 7 decades and included numerous awards and record-breaking sales. And with that fame came money. Rogers owned many luxurious houses, including a mansion in one of Atlanta's most exclusive neighborhoods. Now, years after the late music artist sold the property, it sits abandoned, an $8.5 million eyesore. But what's become of this place? Let's peek inside Kenny Rogers' former Atlanta estate and see what it looks like now. Before we do, though, let's take a quick look back at Kenny Rogers' incredible career and how much money this country music giant had built up by the time he passed away. Despite his enormous success on both the country and pop charts, Kenny Rogers was known as a different kind of country music superstar, kind, unselfish, and humble to the core. Much of this can be traced back to his difficult childhood during the tail end of the Great Depression. Kenneth Donald Rogers was born on August 21, 1938, in Houston, Texas. Kenny grew up in a very poor family, living with his parents and 6 siblings in a federal housing project on the wrong side of the tracks. "We were on welfare most of my childhood," Kenny once said. His father worked as a carpenter but struggled with alcoholism, a challenge that deeply affected Kenny and the entire family. His dad had a drinking problem. "One of the real tragedies in my life is that I never really got to know why my dad drank," Kenny reflected in 2012. "He couldn't support his family, and I think it just broke him down. It breaks my heart that I didn't understand that before he passed away." His father's struggles with alcohol had a profound impact on Kenny. "I never drank in my life," Kenny said. "I saw it destroy him and other people I worked with, so I made a conscious decision to avoid it." Despite the challenges, Kenny's upbringing gave him something valuable, a strong determination and clear sense of what he wanted in life. In his autobiography, Luck or Something Like It, he described how his childhood shaped him. "I think it made me more determined. One of the things I talk about in the book is the fine line between being driven and being selfish. There were times in my life I was so driven I became very selfish, and I'm not proud of that. It's a realization I came to when I was writing this book." As early as high school, Kenny knew he wanted to become a singer and pursue a music career. But nothing came for free. Before Kenny became famous, he made a living as a busboy at the Rice Hotel in Houston. He also cleaned the floor in a hat shop to earn some extra cents. In his youth, Kenny never really learned how to manage money. According to himself, he would spend every dollar as he got it. Kenny, who was the first in his family to graduate high school, started his first band in the late 1950s, a group called the Scholars. Kenny wasn't the lead singer of the band, but he had his own spotlight number called Moonlight in Vermont. The Scholars managed to score a few local hits that sold around Houston. Through this, Kenny got a taste of what it meant to be famous and appreciated, not least among the girls. His brother Leland recalled a standout moment early in Kenny's career when he sang solo at a local concert. "All the little girls started screaming and carrying on. It was just like Elvis. My wife leaned over and said to me, 'There's your star.' I replied, 'That's no star. It's just my kid brother,'" Leland reminisced in 2014. Kenny had a minor breakthrough in 1958 with the hit single That Crazy Feeling, and even made an appearance on the popular music program American Bandstand. During the early years of his career, Kenny explored various musical styles. He played bass in a jazz group and dabbled in folk-style pop with the band New Christy Minstrels in 1966. With the first edition, a group that blended different music styles, Kenny scored another hit with the psychedelic song Just Dropped In to See What Condition My Condition Was In. In the mid-1970s, Kenny decided to relaunch his solo career, and this time, he would become a household name across the United States. Shifting his focus to country music, Kenny released the ballad Lucille in 1977, which became a massive hit. The song earned him his first Grammy, despite his initial reluctance to record it. Larry Butler, the song's producer, recalled that Kenny thought Lucille was too country and not quite right for him. However, the song's success proved otherwise, cementing Kenny's place in the music industry. But was that really the case? "I knew it was going to be a hit, Larry Butler and I both did," Kenny told author Bill DeYoung. "We remember the story differently. He recalls me not liking it, and I don't. But whatever's real is real. I remember both of us looking at each other, and I think we truly felt this was going to be a major country record. Neither of us ever dreamed it would become what it ended up being." In 1978, Kenny followed up his success with The Gambler, an instant hit that became one of his most famous songs and earned him another Grammy. "I think I've had songs that were bigger in sales, but none that were bigger in identity for me. I go to Korea and people say, 'Ooh, The Gambler. It's really sweet. It's really cute,'" Kenny remarked. When people think of Kenny Rogers, they don't just remember his solo hits. He became equally renowned for his duets, especially his collaborations with country legend Dolly Parton. The iconic duo recorded several songs together, with the most famous being "Islands in the Stream," released in 1983. The song, written by the Bee Gees, topped the charts and received the Academy of Country Music Award for Single of the Year. In 2017, Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers performed "Islands in the Stream" together for the last time at Kenny's final show in Nashville. When Kenny passed away in March 2020, Dolly penned a heartfelt tribute to her cherished friend. "You never know how much you love somebody until they're gone. I've had so many wonderful years and wonderful times with my friend Kenny. But above all the music and the success, I loved him as a wonderful man and a true friend," she wrote. At the peak of his career, Kenny Rogers had everything one could dream of. He sold over $250 million worth of records, owned a private Learjet, and lived on a sprawling 1,200-acre farm in East Georgia. For a man who was said to be unskilled with money due to his tough upbringing, Kenny Rogers had done quite well. However, it was never the money that drove him. "I'm ambitious, but success is not what drives me," he once said. "Happiness drives me. I would have been content being a local musician, playing my music as long as I could make my house payment and my car payment and have a lifestyle I was happy with. I would have been happy with that." Kenny Rogers wasn't just a successful musician. He also proved his talent as an actor, starring in several films. His most famous role was in Six Pack, where he played a race car driver. The movie was a hit, grossing $20 million at the U.S. box office. Throughout a career spanning more than 6 decades, Rogers explored various ventures. In 1991, he partnered with the CEO of Kentucky Fried Chicken to launch his own restaurant franchise, Kenny Rogers Roasters. After a few years, Kenny sold the restaurant to Nathan's Famous. Shifting focus once again, he created his own record label, Dreamcatcher Entertainment, showcasing his entrepreneurial spirit and diverse interests. Kenny Rogers had a staggering net worth at the time of his death. Despite his long and successful career, Rogers' health began to decline in 2017 due to various issues, including a bladder cancer diagnosis. He continued to face health challenges until March 20, 2020, when he passed away under hospice care at home at the age of 81. At the time of his death, the singer-songwriter, actor, and producer from Texas was valued at $250 million. Kenny managed to accumulate an insane amount of wealth through the 65 albums he recorded, which helped to sell some 165 million records. According to Closer Weekly, Kenny shared his wealth with his wife, Wanda Miller, and his 5 kids. Carol, 61, Kenny Jr., 55, Christopher, 38, and twin sons Justin and Jordan, both 15. A clear example of Kenny Rogers' enormous wealth was his incredible ranch in Georgia, which the country legend built from scratch over the course of 15 years. Kenny's massive 973-acre estate included a 15,000-square-foot mansion, 5 guest houses, a lake clubhouse, 2 swimming pools, 2 tennis courts, a private 18-hole golf course, 3 stocked fishing lakes, and an equestrian center. Located just outside of Athens, Georgia, The Beaver Dam Farm was briefly listed for $18 million in 2017, but that price later returned to $6.9 million. Kenny Rogers' abandoned former mansion is an expensive eyesore. Rogers had an impressive real estate portfolio, including luxurious properties in Beverly Hills and Bel Air, California, as well as several homes in upscale neighborhoods around Atlanta, Georgia. One standout property was a 15,000-square-foot mansion featuring 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a 4-car garage, a state-of-the-art gym, and a full-sized bar. Nestled within the opulent confines of one of America's wealthiest neighborhoods lies the Kenny Rogers abandoned mansion. Once a beacon of luxury and grandeur, this $15 million mega mansion has now succumbed to neglect, standing as a haunting reminder of its illustrious past. The country music artist lived in this opulent home, built in the 90s, until he sold it to a wealthy Nigerian family for $8.5 million in 2006. According to YouTuber Big Banks, the family, who operated several dermatology clinics, ran into trouble with the federal government in 2018 for owing millions in back taxes. Following their issues with the IRS, the family moved back to Nigeria, leaving one relative behind to care for the property. Instead, the caretaker began renting it out for events, including weddings, lively parties, and music video shoots for rappers like Offset and 21 Savage. After receiving more than 100 noise complaints for over a year, the town reportedly shut down the operation around 2019. Since then, the mansion has stood vacant and neglected. The dreary exterior has overgrown weeds, dirty walls, and an in-ground pool full of algae. Today, the once proud Kenny Rogers mansion stands as a testament to neglect, its sprawling grounds overrun by towering weeds, and its once glistening pool now a stagnant pool of algae. As nature reclaims its territory, the mansion's dilapidated facade serves as a poignant reminder of its tumultuous past. Inside Kenny Rogers' former Buckhead mansion, if you're a die-hard country music enthusiast with a cool $395 million to spare, you might just snag yourself a piece of Atlanta history, the former mansion of the late country music legend and longtime Atlanta resident Kenny Rogers. The property, now seemingly abandoned, gained notoriety in recent years as a hotspot for extravagant parties. In 2019, the Atlanta police fielded over 100 complaints about the residence, prompting Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms to propose legislation aimed at regulating large-scale commercial events held in residential areas. The estate has even played a supporting role in several music videos, including the official video for Ric Flair Drip. Situated on a gated 5-acre lot along Garman Road, NW in Buckhead, the 607-square-foot home boasts 6 bedrooms, 7 full bathrooms, and 5 half-baths. It boasts an array of luxurious features, including a formal dining room and living room with coffered ceilings, a full butler's pantry, a kitchen fitted with high-end appliances, vaulted ceilings in the master suite, a wet bar in the master bathroom, a home gym equipped with a sauna, a full basement with a theater room, a ballroom, guest suite, expansive patio, in-ground pool, and more. However, the partying came to a halt when the operator of the house pleaded guilty to charges related to hosting illegal events, resulting in jail time and hefty fines. Previously listed in December 2020 for $6.8 million, the property is now seeking a new owner keen on restoring it to its former glory, as per the seller's listing. Since its closure, the property has remained vacant, but it has garnered attention within the urban exploration community, commonly known as urbex. Breton, a member of this community, visited the estate with his camera and shared his insights. Discussing his exploration, Breton revealed, "This place was heating up in the urbex community. I saw it posted on lots of friends' accounts and I couldn't miss it." He noted that accessing the property was relatively easy as many doors were left unlocked. Inside, he was struck by the sheer size and beauty of the mansion, remarking on its unique architecture and features. I discovered a large swimming pool outside, adjacent to a bar, and a fountain that was filled with moss and overgrown, Breton described. He was captivated by the interiors, describing them as beautiful, and noting remarkable rooms like one resembling an Egyptian tomb and another with a Southeast Asian aesthetic. However, it was the master bedroom that left the most lasting impression on Breton. The most interesting space was definitely that master bedroom with the huge walls and four-poster bed. It looks fit for a king, he commented, emphasizing the grandeur and opulence of the room. The gated home sits on 5 acres and boasts regal flourishes at every turn, with its stately columns, coffered ceiling, and sparkling chandeliers. Luxe kitchen appliances, a large island, a breakfast nook, and a butler's pantry comprise the cooking space. The main bedroom is replete with amazing amenities, including 2 separate toilets, a wet bar, a fireplace, and cavernous walk-in closets. Bath enthusiasts will be especially charmed by the home's luxurious soaking tubs. The estate is an entertainer's dream, thanks to a ballroom, theater, gym, bonus room, pool, and gazebo cabana space. Fans react to the abandoned multi-million-dollar mansion. The comments on Big Banks' YouTube video of Kenny Rogers' former estate echoed a mix of disbelief, admiration, and disappointment over the property's neglected state. "One of the first things I noticed was the dead goldfish in the fountain," wrote one follower. "So apparently, they left all the fish to die. It just makes me sick to think that these people just didn't appreciate what they had." Others pointed out the stark contrast between the sections of the home that reflected Kenny Rogers' personal style and those that seemed influenced by the subsequent occupants. "You can blatantly see the difference in the portions of the home that were Kenny's style versus the other family's style. So cool," remarked another viewer. Despite the dilapidated condition, many expressed sadness over the abandonment of such a beautiful mansion, once owned by a music legend. "It's such a beautiful mansion, and Kenny Rogers is one of the few singers that I really admire. Such a shame that his former mansion was abandoned. I just hope somebody will buy it and restore it to its former glory," wrote a fan. However, some viewers noted that the interior decor, while luxurious, may not have aligned with their personal tastes. "Wow, that is wild. I like the outside better than the fixtures inside. It was a bit gaudy for my taste," commented another. "Homes like these are super expensive to maintain, so unless you're wealthy and not just rich, keeping this up is hard. Hopefully, someone buys it and refurbishes it to live in and care for." The tale of the Kenny Rogers abandoned mansion resonates as a poignant reminder of the ephemeral nature of fame and fortune. From its inception as a haven of luxury to its eventual descent into neglect, this majestic estate serves as a testament to the fickleness of time and the transient nature of success. As we stand amidst its crumbling walls and overgrown gardens, we are reminded that no amount of wealth or acclaim can shield us from the ravages of neglect and decay. Yet amid the desolation, there lies a sense of reverence for the memories once forged within its walls, and a solemn acknowledgement of the inevitable passage of time. As we bid farewell to this once grand monument, let us carry with us the lessons gleaned from its tumultuous history, cherishing the fleeting beauty of life's triumphs while acknowledging the impermanence that awaits us all. While this mansion awaits its new owner, there's no denying that Kenny Rogers truly lived like royalty. Let's take a closer look at some of his most magnificent homes. Kenny Rogers indeed lived a life of luxury, as evidenced by his staggering net worth of $250 million at the time of his passing in March 2020. With his wealth, he treated his wife, Wanda Miller, to a stunning country home. From 2012 to 2018, the couple resided in an extravagant Atlanta mansion boasting 10 fireplaces, 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and 4 half-bathrooms. Anyone who stepped foot in their abode would understand why Kenny and Wanda's friends cherished their visits. Spread across 13,000 square feet, the mansion featured an eat-in kitchen with a double island, a game room complete with a full bar, and a movie theater equipped with stadium seating. With such luxurious amenities, it's no wonder the couple felt reluctant to leave the comfort of their home. In 2018, Kenny decided to part ways with his estate, selling it for $283 million. Despite the hefty price tag, he made a savvy investment, having initially purchased the property in 2012 for $1.5 million. Kenny's knack for financial prudence was evident in his real estate transactions. While Kenny bid farewell to his Atlanta mansion, his greatest treasures remained close to his heart, his family. Before tying the knot with Wanda in 1997, the Gambler singer had been married to 4 different women, leading him to reside in various residences. Among them were 2 stunning estates in Los Angeles, showcasing the diverse array of homes Kenny had called his own over the years. Kenny Rogers truly had a taste for the finer things in life, as exemplified by his stunning properties across Los Angeles. Among them was his Bel Air mansion, known as Lion Gate, which he parted with in 2015 for a staggering $50 million. Adorning the entrance were 2 majestic lion statues, a fitting nod to Kenny's astrological sign, Leo. The regal name only added to the allure of the property, which already exuded opulence. Perched on a hillside, Lion Gate boasted an impressive array of amenities, including 14 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a grand ballroom, a tennis court, a fully equipped gym, a relaxing sauna, and a picturesque pool nestled in the backyard. It was a true paradise, reminiscent of Kenny's second lavish home in Los Angeles. In addition to Lion Gate, Kenny once owned another magnificent estate in Beverly Hills known as the Knoll. This grand property, too, was a testament to his refined taste and affluent lifestyle. Although he bid adieu to the Knoll in the mid-1980s, selling it for a sum exceeding $20 million, its grandeur and elegance remain etched in memory. From Lion Gate's hillside splendor to the stately charm of the Knoll, Kenny Rogers' residences epitomized luxury and sophistication. It's clear that throughout his illustrious career, Kenny enjoyed the finest accommodations befitting his status as a music legend. And that's all for today's video. If you found it interesting, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel to support us. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.